I think I am live now. So we are going to go ahead and get it popping. And that guy. So, okay. So, BMAS number 4. Um, Yonban. Um, Quick Mesos. Today, we're going to do this guy right here. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is a man by the name of Akira Toriyama. So this guy is the guy who made Goku. So he just passed away about 2 weeks ago. Um, it's a pretty big deal. I basically that show basically raised me, so um, I figure I might as well do a little video on him. Um, he also made like some really cool animations. Like look at this intro right here. Like I'll put it up on the camera. So yeah, that's my favorite anime intro, actually. So this dude's a legend. Um, and shouts out one thing I want to say. Shout out to Gen Z for making anime cool because I'm a millennial, and when I was growing up, anime was not cool. So I credit Gen Z to that. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. Um, I got like 4 articles here. I'm gonna my challenge is I already know so much about this guy. So my challenge is I'm gonna try to find something that I don't know about him. So we're gonna start with this one here. 61 facts about Akira Toriyama. He is a manga artist and character designer. I already knew that. He first achieved mainstream recognition for his highly successful manga Dr. Slump. I also knew that before going on to create Dragon Ball and acting as a character designer for several popular video games such as Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger, and Blue Dragon. I know, I already knew all of that. He earned the 1981 Shogakukan Manga Award for Best Shonen Manga with Dr. Slump, and it went on to sell over 35 million copies. He's one of those guys where it's like his net worth should be way higher than it is. It's really not that much. Like everyone knows Dragon Ball Z. He was only worth $55 million. That is crazy because that is a billion-dollar franchise and it's not his only franchise. That's crazy. Anyway, in 2019, he decorated a Chevrolet. I don't know how to say that. I don't know French. Of the French Order des Arts et des Letters. Okay. He related being blown away after seeing 101 Dalmatians. Interesting. So he was a fan of Disney, basically. He was shocked again in elementary school when he saw the manga collection of an of a classmate's older brother, and again when he saw a television set for the first time at a neighbor's house. He cited Osamu Tezuka Astro Boy as the original source of his inspiration in manga. Interesting. He recalled that when he was in elementary school, all of his classmates drew imitating anime and manga as a result of not having any many forms of entertainment. I did that. I did that too. I used to draw all day. I used to have shonen jumps. Um, yeah, I was a big nerd when I was in school. Akira Toriyama believes that he began to advance above everyone else when he started drawing pictures of his friends. Hmm, interesting. He said it was a no brainer that he would attend a high school focused on creative design, but admitted he was more interested in having fun with friends. Okay, these are very, you know, these aren't very interesting facts, but I'll keep reading them. Worked at an advertising agency, designing posters for 3 years. Hmm. When Torishima told him to draw a female lead character, he drew Tomato the cutesy gumshoe. I've never heard of that. Tomato the cutesy gumshoe. Oh, I've seen this before, I think. Yeah, I've seen this before. So she's like basically Balma. She's like Chibi Balma. Yeah, I've seen this before. He had a really like refined art style. It's like impossible to not recognize it. Says in 81 he was one of 10 artists selected to create a 45-page work for Shonen Jump's Reader's Choice contest. He was selected to participate in the contest again in 82 and submitted Madmatic. I wonder what that is. He was so good at drawing dragons. His dragons look so cool. They always look like this. I wish he drew more dragons. There's not enough dragons in Dragon Ball Z. There's like one dragon. An official Toriyama fan club was established in 82. Jeez. Founded Bird Studio, which is a play on his name, Tori. That's another thing. I took Japanese, so Akira Toriyama literally means like light. Like if you want to say like artificial light, you say Akira, and if you want to say natural light, you say Hikari, I think. And then Tori is bird or true, like Sonotori. That means that's true. And then Yama is mountain, I think. It could be God also, but I think it means mountain. So his name is like Light Bird Mountain, which is really, really, really cool. That's like the coolest name ever. Uh, says he began employing an assistant mostly to work on backgrounds. Torishima suggests that he should create a kung fu shonen manga. Hmm. Interesting. Elder and Little Mama Jiro. Tobal 1 and 2. I've never heard of that. I want to get into these other articles, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. Yep, you can immediately tell it like it's so funny. His art style is so distinct, but it's so aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, you can immediately tell he drew this. Like that guy right there. He looks like an android. Wow, that's a really this is a really I'm surprised I've never heard of this game. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go to the next article. So this is the Dragon Ball wiki. So it says he was born in Nagoya, Aichi Prefecture, and he lives in Kiyosu, famously known for Dr. Slump and Dragon Ball. Born on April 5th. Interesting. It's so cool that it says he's with his son Sasuke. So his son's name is Sasuke Toriyama. That's really cool. Um, Shy and reserved person, did not like interviews. His manga, including all 42 volumes, contains certain cover flap images that reference his real life. It's mainly through these autobiographical elements that one can learn about his life. Most of the images contain drawings of an animated Toriyama busy creating new manga ideas and frustrated with work. A few cover flap ideas are real life pictures of him, his pets, and his children. Nachi Mikami. I've never didn't know his wife's name. There's probably like no pictures of her. Oh, this is her right here? What the heck? This Jackie Chan's just there. Okay. I know that guy. Yeah, that's really cool. I always caught more of a Bruce Lee vibe from him, but it's cool that him and Jackie Chan are tight like that. Let's see. Very concerned about his work, never hesitating to redraw again and again. Same illustration because he does not find it perfect. He spent many sleepless nights working, often complaining of lack of free time. So he's like Kanye. He preferred to live quieter, rural areas, and devote himself to both his work and his family. Assembly of scale models. Huh. You know what? That is really interesting. That's probably why he's so good at drawing like machines, because he has some really cool like futuristic looking stuff that he always draws. Toriyama loves animals and had raised many. At the time of Dr. Slump, he owned two dogs, a cat named Ohiru, and many birds. At the time of Dragon Ball, he owned a Siberian Husky and also had a black cat. Wow, yeah, he had a lot, he had a lot of pets. He said he had a Cornish Rex cat, which he based the design for beers off of. That's awesome. He enjoyed playing video games, watching movies, taking the air with his dog, taking the air with his dog, okay, and riding motorcycles. Ironically, he claimed that he did not have much interest in manga and anime, saying that he enjoyed it until he was about 11, after which his interest shifted to movies. He was raised by his parents in Kiyosu and had an older sister. He spent his childhood and much of his formative years in Kiyosu, what was a largely rural area just outside of Nagoya. Since early age, he had a passion for drawing and was influenced by the productions of Disney 100 Dalmatians. Okay, I read that in the other one. It's for me a Yappuccino. Let's see. In 1977, Toriyama was seeking employment when he discovered the monthly Young Jump Award, a contest sponsored by Shueisha, uh, the largest manga publishing company in Japan. He participated in the contest twice, but he did not win. Mysterious Rain Jack. That sounds really cool. Oh, I've seen this too. All right, that's cool. Yeah, this is why he got disqualified right here. that's clear. That's clearly R2D2. That's a stormtrooper. That's Darth Vader. That's Princess Leia. That's funny. All right. Dr. Slump said while he was drawing the wedding of the Dr. Slump characters Senbei and Midori, he married the shoujo manga artist Nachi Mikami in '82. His wife stopped her career after this occasion, Also in '82, he won Toriyama's Doctor Slump won the Shogak Shogakukan Manga Award for Best Shonen or Shoujo Manga Series. What is shoujo? I know what shonen is. Oh, girl comics. Okay, so this is like Sailor Moon and whatnot. Hmm. Okay. So he got himself a girly girl. That's crazy that he was married before he started Dragon Ball. He was a big fan of Godzilla and Ultraman. He was a fan of Jackie Chan, Drunken Master. Hmm. So he had two prototypes for Dragon Ball. I've heard of this, and I haven't heard of this. Adventures of Tongpu or Tongpo. No, it's Tongpu. It's Tonpu. Tonpu Dai Boken. Cool. It's really interesting how much he was working before he even touched Dragon Ball Z, which was his actual masterpiece. He was already doing this for. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so Dragon Ball. Okay, so, and that's another thing that I've noticed. I feel like in Japan, they don't call it Dragon Ball Z. That's just still Dragon Ball. Like, it's all just Dragon Ball in Japan. So 84 to 95 is Dragon Ball, just Z and everything. And I remember Dragon Ball GT, we used to have this thing called Kaza, which is like LimeWire. And I saw Dragon Ball GT before we saw we were in between the Cell Saga and the Boo Saga in the United States. I don't know what year this was, but I was watching Dragon Ball GT in Japanese on Kaza um, before I even watched Majin Buu, which was really interesting. Okay. Um, says Akira Sakuma and Toriyama co-authored Hitapi manga Ken Kyujo, a manga in which he explains how to create a manga. Huh, it's interesting. Interesting. Says his clean line and design sense led to Jobs designing characters for phenomenally popular Dragon Quest series of role-playing games, formerly called Dragon Warrior, since 1986, as well as its second anime adaptation, Dragon Warrior Legend of the Hero Abel, which started in December 1989 on Fuji TV. Interesting. Yeah, he was a workaholic. Jeez. Wow, there's so many. He says in '88 he created the puppet characters for a short film titled Apple Pop that was shown in April in Hirake Ponkiki, a Japanese TV program for children. Wow, he was over here creating sock puppets. This guy is full of surprises. Let's see. In '93, he wrote Go Go Ackman, a manga that has been adapted into a series of three platform games for the Super Famicom and a maze chase game similar to Pac Man for the Game Boy. What is Go Go Ackman? Just immediately think like Aki fruit, Jamaican. Okay, I've seen this too. It's like the trunks with the spiky ears. Yeah, wow, I've seen like all of this. Hmm. Says, let's see. Akira Toriyama exhibition. Wow, this dude was a superstar. Um, yeah, this dude was a superstar. It was just it was such a refined art style. Like that's a really like that machine. He would draw stuff like this. It's such a well. It's like very aesthetically pleasing. Um, it's really interesting that he's that good at drawing machinery, and it fits with his characters very well. All right, let me get into this other article. All right, they're just going to talk about Dr. Slump again. Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater, a sweeping glance across Toriyama's library of works, reveals an eerie reoccurrence of the word dragon. He was obsessed with dragons for some reason. From Dragon Ball to Blue Dragon to Dragon Quest, he is synonymous with this word. But as Dr. Slump proves, there's a lot more to the genius than that. And if you really want to see the full scope of his work, there are three collections which fully showcase his breadth of narrative talents. Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater. Collected in three separate volumes, these are anthology books of mostly self-contained stories, some of which even saw anime movie adaptations, which all originally appeared in various magazine publications. These are stories of science fiction, police detectives, martial arts, and more. Each one uniquely, uh, each one uniquely Toriyama, but also far removed from the series he's best known for. I'm gonna buy that. It's not right now, but I'm gonna buy that. You already know about Dragon Ball. What is this? How many of Toriyama's manga works outside? Okay, so I'm going to continue here because I had only gotten through two of these articles. So I'm just going to continue here. It's only four articles, so I was over here. Okay, so Kowa. While many of Toriyama's manga works outside of Dragon Ball and Dr. Slump are short One Piece, I already read that. The story follows two child monsters, and a human as they journey out of their village in search of a medicine that will save their home from a spreading and deadly flu virus. Reception of Koa was mixed, and it certainly didn't live up to its predecessor's legacy. Huh. That logo is so cool. That Bird Studio logo. That's sick. Sandland, I've heard of this. Koa Sandland, no, I haven't. I've just seen this character right here. It's a 14 chapter series collected into a single tankobon. This one it was released in 2000 and took place in a apocalyptic desert world known as Sandland. Share similarities with Mad Max, with one greedy king monopolizing the world's limited water supply, and a detective named Rao heading out in search of fresh water supply in order to relinquish the king of his monopoly. Rao teams up with two demons in order to complete his quest. Their designs, as well as those of the land and the vehicles, showcase Toriyama's unique approach to art and design beautifully. Once again, this manga didn't reach the heights of Dragon Ball, but was well received by fans and critics. Hmm. Jocko the Galactic Patrolman. Wow, so Jocko had his own. That's crazy. I didn't know Jocko had his own series. 11 chapter series. For those of you who don't know, um, this guy is in Dragon Ball Super. It says Jocko the Galactic Patrolman is an 11 chapter series which originally appeared in Weekly Shonen Jump in 2013. It isn't until the final chapter that it becomes clear Jocko is a prequel to Dragon Ball. Wow. Wow, it's cool. Story follows Jocko, who is sent to Earth to protect it from invasion from an evil alien. It's a short series collected in a single tankobon and is relatively well received. It makes its unique. What makes it unique is its novel way of tying into the world of Dragon Ball, especially beyond its own release. Toriyama's video games. So first we got Dragon Quest. Um, I mean, the artwork looks amazing. Bursting onto the scene in this very same year, it's almost too good. You know, he's one of those artists that's like suspiciously good. Says bursting onto the scene in the very same year as the Dragon Ball anime adaptation hit Japanese TV screens, Dragon Ball immediately became a cultural phenomenon in Japan. Part of the reason for its success is the series' consistently bright, colorful, and sweet art style that helps the whole series feels so suitable for young players as much as old ones. Okay, so they made a typo, right? I think he meant to say Dragon Quest here. Whatever. This series is so wonderfully suited for Toriyama's established approach to art and storytelling. These are simple, focused stories about good overcoming evil. The character designs are also very recognizable. Toriyama, um, yeah, Chrono Trigger, a JRPG, which is revered as one of the finest games in this genre more than 2 decades later. Chrono Trigger is a smart and captivating game with an unforgettable story, the likes of which we rarely see even today. Just like with the Dragon Quest series, the art of this game was done by Toriyama. Chrono Trigger was directed by Final Fantasy mastermind Hironobu Sakaguchi. Is that the guy who made Final Fantasy? Is this the guy who made Final Fantasy? I have to know this. He created Final Fantasy. Wow. Yeah, Chrono Trigger is goaded then. I'm gonna. I have never played this game or listened to the story, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that very soon. Chrono Trigger is a masterpiece, and Toriyama, the video game art, is proven here to be as iconic as his manga art. Blue Dragon. I had this game, I think, and then I like never played it because it was kind of boring. This was written by the Final Fantasy dude as well. Blue Dragon, yada yada yada. Z Fighters. Okay, so this I did not play this game. I played another game that was way older called Ultimate Battle 22, which was basically the same game. Let's see. Okay, DBT Kakarot. You got Dr. Slump, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. Is actually they never did Dragon Ball GT. Hmm. I don't know why his face is so funny. So here he's basically saying that since he worked in advertising, he knew how important it was to meet deadlines. He didn't enjoy drawing manga. because you literally just have to sit there with a stack of paper. He had to sit there with a stack of paper and draw so many images. Like he probably drew like tens of thousands of images just sitting with a stack of paper. Like after a while, it doesn't matter how good you are at it. That's just gonna get boring. Yeah, they literally got Goku statues. Like that's insane. I think I think I'll wrap it up there. RIP. RIP to the sensei. Um yeah, I think I'll wrap it up there.